Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been about a month since my last video, and the last one was on Weight Watchers. Daughter did an art video, that was of mine, but the last video was on Weight Watchers, and over the past month, I've had continued success with it. Overall, I have lost about 20 pounds on Weight Watchers over the past 2 months, and before that, at the beginning of the year, I did lose about 15 pounds just by not eating late at night, watching carbs and sugar, especially late at night. If I did have anything to eat late at night, if I was really desperate, I'd just have something maybe a few baby carrots or just a little handful of nuts, like a spoonful of nuts, something like that. But I was trying to keep that to a minimum to lose weight as fast as possible. And so far, I've lost 43 pounds total. I was up to the last two holidays. We were just like brutal. Like I said, 2021, I did gain like 10 pounds. And in 2022, the end of last year, I gained 15 pounds, so 25 pounds total. Did get up to 305 pounds, but now I'm down to almost 260. And I'm looking to go, my ideal weight, I'm 6'5", so my ideal weight for my height would be like 215, 220, 210, something like that. I'm trying to get down to like 200. I think that would be even better. And then once I get down there, or however far I'm able to get down, I just got to work to maintain my weight and not get back to where I was. Yeah, my pant, it was a good sign. The pants I had were starting to fall off on me. So even with a belt on, and my wife got me two new pairs of pants. They were like two sizes smaller, and now they fit perfectly. And hopefully, they'll continue to fit me. Hopefully, I won't have to keep buying new pants as this weight loss continues. Or I'm hoping it continues. It's a kind of a shame. I know I read about it. I don't know what it was about health or weight loss or something like that, but somebody had said, that most of us, it's like we get really deep in hot water before we realize we have to make a change. And that could go with anything from, failing grades in school to, getting out of shape, poor health, not maintaining a home or a car as well as you should, or just being a bad person and not being a real nice person in general. It's like a lot of us hit rock bottom before we realize that things are really going in the wrong direction. We really need to make a change, like a pot of boiling water. Most people, you you hold your hand close to that pot of boiling water. It's more than likely it's gonna be when it's bubbling, it's gonna be spitting drops of water back at you. And most of us, we get a little drop of boiling water just in our fingertips, we pull away. It's just natural to do that. But when we get out of shape, we let our health go. A lot of us don't really until we have a doctor to choose us a new asshole. It's like most of us don't really. It's like you have to get like a rude awakening. We don't realize it as soon as we feel that boiling water. We don't step back and take a look at ourselves right then and there. We don't take a look at ourselves in the mirror right then and there. It kind of takes a lot of us to hit rock bottom to get deep into that pot of boiling water before we realize we need to make a change. And that goes for me as well. I didn't really realize I kind of hit rock bottom before I realized I had to make a change. And that's not just with health and weight loss. That's kind of applied to me in a lot of other areas of my life as well. But glad I finally woke up and I'm making the changes I need to make. Health is on a better track. My weight's on a better track. I feel better. I feel like I look so much better. And I've had success with it, and I'm going to continue. I'm thinking positive now. Like, I'm not saying to myself, I hope I'm going to have continued success with it. I know if I was only like keep up, which I know I will, I want to. I really want this bad. I know I'll keep the success with it. And I think I figured out I wasn't having as much success in the beginning with this diet, because there's all these foods that you can have that are, they say you can eat all, you really shouldn't. They say you can eat all you want of them. The ones that are like the 0 point foods, like fruit and eggs, boneless, skinless turkey and chicken, just as an example. Um, you basically are supposed to not, eat those foods till the cows come home, from what I researched on it. Because I think still wasn't losing as much weight as I wanted to, or sometimes I was even gaining weight. And I was thinking to myself, like, did I eat too late last night? So I'm still applying. I was at first, eating late at night, sometimes fruit, which is, sugar, sometimes eating, chips late, even though they're low calorie chips. And it's not good to eat sugar or carbs late at night. I'm trying not to eat anything late at night now. Still going back to that, and that's where I've noticed I've had continued success with this weight loss. Because those 0 point foods, you're supposed to just kind of eat them to satisfy yourself. You're not supposed to treat it like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. And that's kind of like how I was treating it at first. I was used up all my points, but I was like, oh, okay, there's all these 0 point foods. Uh, and I was kind of not totally eating till the cows came home. And I was eating a little too much of those, a little too late at night. So I think I finally figured it out, which is good. Just kind of, you're supposed to just kind of eat those to satisfy you. And my wife and I we're both on Weight Watchers, and we're both, doing that, like fasting late at night, trying not to eat anything past like 8 o'clock. I think my wife is doing like 7 or 7:30, and I'm trying not to eat anything past 8 o'clock because we go to bed around midnight. So I'm trying to give myself at least like 3 or 4 hours. And like I said, I've seen continued success that way. Every morning I step on the scale, and it's like, oh wow, I've lost 1.5 pounds, lost 2 pounds. And yeah, my just in the past week, I lost 7 pounds, lost 1% of body fat percentage. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy where I've gone and where I'm going to continue to go, and I'm keeping that positive mindset. I'm not trying not to put any negative thoughts in my head, trying to think positive and continue on the right track. So and it's kind of like it's a fun challenge. It's a challenge, and it's a fun challenge in a way. I'm not as hungry as I used to be. The longer I've been doing this, at first I was hungry all the time when I first started this. I was constantly thinking about food all the time when I wasn't eating, and now I know I'm not as hungry as much. It's supposed to kind of shrink your stomach. Means you're supposedly when you eat healthier, you eat less. It makes your stomach smaller. You can't hold as much. And I did go on vacation last week to San Diego, and I noticed I was good on I still lost 2 pounds. So I went left on last Friday, came back on Sunday, and I was good on Friday. I was good on Sunday, but I noticed Saturday I was pretty bad. But I noticed when I was eating too much, I felt it. I actually kind of felt like sick to my stomach, almost like I was going to toss my cookies, and like, oh, it's really time for me to stop. Even just 2 pieces of pizza. It was like normally I could eat like 4 or 5 pieces, but having 2 pieces, it was pretty big. They were pretty big pieces of pizza. But after having like 2 pieces of that pizza and having some cheesy garlic bread as an appetizer, like, whoa, like I'm really eating too much. And I thought that I really kind of felt guilty about it. And when I came back home, I thought I was kind of dreading to step on the scale. I thought to myself, well, I probably gained at least 2 or 3 pounds, but I lost 2 pounds. So you can still have I still have my cheat moments. You can still have your cheat days, your cheat moments. And it's just, it's mostly important that you realize that, and just get back on track, be better the next day. So yeah, that's good. And like I said, it's a challenge in a way. The meal planning, I like to have a baked potato with. Sometimes I can have it with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, depending on how many points I have to use, how many points I have left. Sometimes I can only have the plain baked potato with nothing on it. Sometimes I can only have it with sour cream. Sometimes I can have the sour cream and butter, but I can't have the cheese. Same thing with salads. I like to have a salad with the Thousand Island as my favorite dressing. Sometimes I'm able to have the salad with obviously I can't eat plain salad. You have to have a dressing on it. So sometimes I prefer to have the croutons, the dressing, and the cheddar cheese. Sometimes I'm able to have all three of those. Sometimes I can only have it with the dressing, not even the croutons, not even the cheese. Sometimes I'm able to have the croutons and the dressing, just not the cheese. Those are just examples right there. So yeah, that's my deal with Weight Watchers. And real quickly to touch on my Chicago sports, my Chicago Bears, they did get the #1 pick in the draft. They got a good quarterback in Justin Fields. They were looking at talk about possibly going after a quarterback, but they don't need a quarterback. They got a future Hall of Famer right now, and they definitely made the right decision. They gave up the #1 pick, and they got a receiver from I forget which college, but they got him and another good guy. They got 2 guys in the draft for next year, and then they got 2 future draft picks, and one in 2024, one in 2025. So I think they definitely made the right decision by sticking with Justin Fields. I, was really not happy about them thinking about giving him up, giving him up, or making him a second stringer, bringing in a new quarterback when they don't really need one. And my Chicago Bulls, they got Patrick Beverley from the Lakers, and ever since they got him, they've been playing a lot better. They wasn't looking too good. Like now they got a chance to get into the playoffs with a play-in tournament. They still got a chance to maybe get in, and depending upon how other teams do for the next 12, 13 games, they can possibly still, because the Atlanta Hawks are in the number 8 spot for the playoffs, and they haven't been playing too well. The Bulls have been playing pretty well lately. They got blown out their last game, but like I said, they have been playing better the past months. They had Patrick Beverley, and they still got a chance for a number 8 spot. If not that, probably they'll get in with the play-in tournament. And it's kind of a shame because they had Lonzo Ball. They were number 1 seed until he got hurt last year. He hasn't played since January of 2022. He's been out. He was out the second half of the last season, and he's been out this whole season. And then it's really questionable when he'll come back next season, if he even does come back next season. So it's kind of a shame. You wonder where they'd be. You wonder if they'd be in a better spot if they had Ball back in the lineup. Who knows? But he's definitely a key player, because as soon as he got hurt last year, it definitely showed that they struggled without him. But it's good that they picked up Beverley, because he's definitely provided some energy, rebounding, passing, scoring. He's definitely been a good. He's full of energy, and I think that's one thing the Bulls kind of lacked on their team. They definitely lacked. He's kind of like when Dennis Rodman came to the Bulls about years ago and gave them helped them win 3 more championships. He brought a lot of positive, as well as skills. He also brought a lot of positive energy to the team, tactics, that sort of thing. So, best of luck to the Bulls, and best of luck to the Bears next year. I think the Bears they had a terrible year this past year, but I think the Bears will definitely have a better season next year. And looking forward to see what the Bulls do the rest of this year. But I think the Bulls will definitely have they'll probably still make some changes in the off season. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure they will, and I'm sure there'll be good changes. They should be a better team next year. We'll see what happens. But that's all my latest news for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you all later. Bye.